The Sunday focused on mindful breathing, which is something that I'd not been practicing for a while. And now what you do in mindful breathing is you focus on your breathing, but it's easy to sort of to count and attach your breathing onto that. So you go 1, 2, sort of that kind of thing. But actually, if you just sit there in meditation posture and you close your eyes and you focus in on your breathing, you can just feel your shoulders and your chest and your stomach rising naturally. You can feel the air going in and out of your nostrils. And you really do just become kind of transfixed by your breathing. And some people think it's a load of old bollocks. A couple of my other friends do. But I personally really feel it does work and helps you focus on something that you do all the time that is so important. And, it's something you should be focusing on things important instead of worrying about tiny little things. And that is, a good, even if it's just 10 minutes, half an hour, whatever it is, where you can focus on that. And it does work. And it was really great to be able to do that again. At the end of it, I felt really motivated, actually. I was feeling very sort of, I can take on the world, I can go home, I can put some gigs on for charity, I can, make some real, some real significant steps in my local community and help out with raising awareness of, stomas and stoma patients and all that kind of thing. So it was almost groundbreaking to me. So there was that. For the rest of the day, as I say, we were kind of winding down. It was the end of the weekend. The silence had finished by 11 o'clock. My friend and I had volunteered to do a little bit in the kitchen. And so that did involve a bit of talking. The only reason I broke my silence at that time was because the guy leading the washing up team, as it were, he asked me my name, and I kind of can't really nod or point. I've got to tell him. So yeah, that was what kind of broke my silence. And so we got on with the rest of the day, a bit more meditation. The most interesting part, I thought, of that particular day was when we were broken into groups and we were asked to discuss and reflect on what we felt we'd learned and gathered from the weekend. And that was, very eye-opening. And I'd taken the time to go for a little walk around the fields and just reflect on my views on sort of belief and religion. And having read about it and taken a bit of an interest in it, it's, I'd consider myself to be what they call a humanist. Now this could be considered as an agnostic because you're open to religion, but you're not giving yourself over to one. But the difference between that and a humanist is that a humanist will acknowledge that religion does make a lot of people happy. From working in a Catholic school, I saw people coming in for Sunday services, singing in the band. It obviously, makes a lot of people very happy, and because, there must be something in it because of that. And it was interesting to find out more about Buddhism and the Buddhist teachings, and the founder of this particular Buddhist movement, a teacher called Sangharakshita, was, it was actually very poignant because he'd actually died just before the weekend, so it was very much presented as a tribute to him. So when we reflected in our groups, we sort of just talked and discussed things. And one thing that I'd learned and taken away from the weekend was sort of the value really of switching off and getting back to a quiet and simple life. As I say, no phones, no internet, no television. We're all asked on the Friday, try turning your phones off, see what happens. We all did that. And, you start to think, well, we couldn't live like that. We couldn't possibly live like that. But you do start thinking, and I did start thinking when it got to the Sunday, Could we live like that? You know, are we so far away from that lifestyle, that quiet and simple life, that we could never go back? I'm obviously not against technology at all. I'm a music technician. It's very crucial to me and who I am and what I do. But it's very thought-provoking, and it does make you think that you need some quiet simplicity in your life. And that's why I'm interested to see what it would be like to go on these longer retreats for around 5 days and experience getting past that point where it doesn't become strange, it just becomes a way of life. So that was kind of the last thing we did on the Sunday. I will say that I learned a lot from the weekend, and that I would definitely do it again. Although my friend would say the same, I do have to say that there were a couple of occasions where I felt he kind of missed the point a little bit. Like he seemed quite annoyed that it cost so much to go on. He felt that we should, we were doing housework in a kind of a community spirit. He kind of felt that we should have got paid for that. He was saying to me as we were heading home, don't you think we should have got some sort of certificate? And I honestly don't. I don't at all. The whole thing is about, it's about personal development, and, Buddhist teachings are all based on what they call enlightenment. They see Buddha as the enlightened one, someone who achieved a status between being a human and a god. They were on they'd arrived at a different plane of existence through their practice. And I don't think enlightenment is really an academic qualification. So there's a couple of things there where I felt he kind of missed the point. But all in all, I think we both got something out of the weekend. Everybody gets different things out of these experiences. But I would definitely do it again, and I'd recommend it to anybody who's thinking about it, even if they've only just got into yoga or meditation. And that's about it, really. That's about all for my reflections on the weekend. So I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and that you subscribe to my channel, that you like my pages, that you do whatever you feel you want to do after watching this video. I think I feel like having a lie down. Thank you very much.